Our first story is from Throwaway for 2K19 who asks, am I the A for ruining Beck's collage application? This issue is honestly making me frustrated. Almost everyone is saying I am in the wrong, people are talking behind my back and I genuinely don't know if what I did was correct or not. I just feel so lost. Please, do help. I am 17, suffered a major accident while cycling when I was 13. I have 2 really deep, long facial scars. I have been bullied really bad because of it. I am tall, ugly, and intimidate most girls. People make fun of other people by saying things like why don't you just hook up with OP? I am honestly used to it. Those people didn't matter to me anyway. But there is this girl I had known since middle school. Let's call her Beck. I had a really, really big crush on her till a few days ago. I thought she was genuinely sweet and amazing. My family is incredibly supportive, so they urged me to ask her out. I can play guitar. So I made this whole song for her. I went to the neighboring city to get her favorite chocolate and stuff like that. This was the first time I felt like really going and asking someone out in my life, and I felt that regardless of what I do, she shall see me for who I am and at least accept me as a friend. I was over the moon when she ended up accepting. We went to a fancy restaurant, had a fun time together and walked for 30 minutes. She was really sweet to me. The next week or so was honestly heaven. People started noticing me. Even her friends seemed friendly with me. I honestly cried every day because I felt so fortunate to get so much love. It all broke down when a friend of hers who was on Instagram and followed Beck sent screenshots to me. I honestly felt betrayed and disgusted. She had posts saying fulfilled his lifelong wish by being his Valentine's. Making his day by finally helping him interact with my friends. He is ugly but beautiful people accept ugly people. Hashtag ugly people matter, etc. Beck's friend then explained to me that she apparently wanted a good social media image, and had thus asked all her friends to be kind to me and tolerate me till the first week of March, and then distance themselves from me. She apparently wanted to win some stupid positive role model award for her college application, because she was lagging behind in community service and thought playing with my feelings for a few days wouldn't hurt, and apparently, since I was ugly, she was the kind one to give me attention anyway. I was in tears and honestly felt disgusted. My blood was boiling. I researched about this award, found the Facebook page about it online. I went to the authorities to confirm if her name was on the nominations list. I informed them of my situation and then had my friends at work and family confirm. She is apparently crying a lot because she received a message from the committee saying her nomination was withdrawn. I am now even more ostracized in school, but honestly, I have no remorse whatsoever and feel far more satisfied.
OP, you will graduate soon and then people from school will be out of your life, not the a-hole. The entitled righteous girl using you for her own benefit gets 2 out of 5 holes. While it would be nice if she learned not to be an A to people, she is probably too stupid to have learned the lesson.
Our next story is from ALMONDMILKSHAKE25 who asks, am I the A for stealing a dog? Oh, I know the title sounds awful, but please read the full story. Every time I walk to the gym, I see this cute little dog looking miserable. The dog is sometimes with her owner or a homeless guy in his 40s, but most of the time she gets tied to a pole and left there for hours. I wanted to report this to authorities, but I was told that because most shelters in our area are kill shelters, that could be even worse for the dog. Recently, it's been snowing a lot in my city, and seeing the poor dog tied to the pole was just too much. A few nights ago, my fiancé and I were walking back from a restaurant in the area and saw the dog alone again. We decided to take her home. When I told my mother, she was outraged. She says homeless people need their animals to keep them company and that I had no right to take her. I told her a dog isn't a toy and people shouldn't get one if they can't look after it. My mom says I'm cruel and don't care about human beings. I disagree and maintain that you should not have an animal you can't take care of. We took the dog to the vet. He said she's a little over a year malnourished, but not critically. We scheduled her shots and made sure she was okay. The plan is either to keep her or let my aunt's family adopt her. We have 2 cats. They're used to dogs, and we're leaving our apartment to live in a house with a backyard in a few months. On the other hand, my 8-year-old cousin fell in love with the dog from the moment she saw her. Regardless, we all live in the same city and will be there for the doggy to shower her with love. I just hope my mom gets over it.
Would you be upset if someone broke into your home and took your dog while you were at work? You are the A.
Our third story is from Surreal Tom who asks, am I the A for using my tablet without headphone? I'm sitting at the airport and this older lady sat down right next to me and took her iPad out and starts watching a show quite loud. To me, this is a foul in public. However, I just ignored it and put my earbuds in. After a while, I made a phone call using my earbuds. Literally 30s into my call. She interrupts me and asks me to quit being rude and talk quietly so she can hear her show. I was as polite as I could be and said that not only herself, but everyone for about 10 feet and I could hear her show. Word for word. And that making a phone call isn't rude, but watching a show on your device, full volume, and a public waiting area is actually very rude. And that is why people use headphones. She said she has every right to enjoy her show without being interrupted by a rude and selfish phone call, or having to use headphones. I said she was absolute right and I'm completely wrong. Please enjoy your show while we wait for our plane and I will do the same. I then proceeded to take out my iPad and open Ice Cubes. Good Cop Bad Cop music video and play it full volume on my device without using earbuds. I have never seen someone storm off so mad. Our next story comes from Upstairs Gazelle. I rejected a girl. So, to start off, maybe it was a bit petty of me, to be honest. Anyway, I asked this girl, Clara, out on a date about a year ago. I was a completely different person then, and she turned me down. It stung like heck, but it did encourage me to better myself. Since then, I've gotten in better shape, become more confident, and generally I have had more luck with girls. I still never forgot what made me improve though, and that will always be a sucky memory anyway. Me and a few friends I've made since last year went out to a gathering. I'm still fairly new in there. Circle and surprise, Clara was there. I think she recognized me, but I wasn't sure. Me and her hit it off and at the end of the night we had a date planned. The day went pretty well, and we went on our second one last Friday after this. I went home and thought about where to go next and I realized I couldn't really forgive her. So she hit me up asking if we're going out again, and I sort of made a joke of it, blew it off and put her on mute. I haven't responded since then, and our mutual friends say she's been pretty upset since she gets attached to people quickly, but their revenge I got was so sweet. But maybe I was a butthole though.
So it is alright for her to turn you down, but you can't turn her down? Typical hypocrite, and you deserve someone who will still like you at your worst. 0 out of 5 for Op and 1 out of 5 for Clara.
Our next story comes from Aracyclecount 420, and my girlfriend is defending an animal abuser. So it sounds really horrible. And it is. Me and my girlfriend plan to visit her grandmother and stay for the weekend. My girlfriend said she had found a stray Labrador a few weeks ago and was taking care of it. I was super excited because labs are my favorite and I have had nothing but them since I was a kid. It seemed like a good weekend. When we get there, the grandma immediately yells at my girlfriend because we are a little late due to an unexpected flat, but she calms down and my girlfriend says she is just grumpy because we didn't call. Fair enough. I asked to see the dog and this is where it gets bad. The poor thing is locked in the root cellar, chained to the wall. Waste is everywhere because it hasn't been out for weeks. She has just been tossing it chunks of meat. I immediately get pissed off because this is neglect. My girlfriend tries to calm me down, saying she is old and from a different time. I am just like whatever. I am getting it out now. Poor thing is so excited to have human contact. It just can't sit still. I rushed up to the bathroom to wash it off, and Grandma was just yelling about how I got everything covered in waste. She keeps screaming at us to get it out of the bathroom because it is dirty. I really want to go slap her, but my girlfriend keeps excusing her and I have a dog to clean. I keep it in our guest room and it is just the sweetest thing. Super friendly and amicable. So we leave it in the room because we have nothing for it, and we run to the store to buy a food color, leash, bedding, etc. We get a call from Grandma screaming that it has torn up everything. I just say I will pay for any damage, just leave it. We get back and dog is gone. The only sign of damage is a pair of my girlfriend's jeans being slightly chewed. We go back in the cellar to find the dog again. Back in the waste, crying for help. She won't let it stay in the rest of her house anymore. With how dirty and destructive it is. I say fine and leave with the dog. My girlfriend is trying to call me as I rage away with the dog and says she has just always been like that and not to judge her. I am just so angry that I yell. The world will be better when she dies. It is a crime to treat an animal like this. My girlfriend is in tears because she loves her grandma despite how abusive she is to her and animals. And I just honestly can't change my opinion. That was horrible animal abuse and I am disgusted by her. But my girlfriend is just trying to keep peace and doesn't want me to hate her family. She keeps saying all this stuff to make things better, but I just won't hear it. Too enraged.
It sounds bad because you are bad. 1. You didn't have the basic decency to communicate. 2. As a guest in someone else's home you dragged dog waste throughout their house. 3. You want to hit an old woman. 4. You completely disregard the destruction of someone else's home. 5. You stole her dog, mistreated or not, you still stole it. 6. You told your girlfriend you hope her grandmother dies. At what point in this story were you any type of kind or respectful person? I would be shocked if you are still a boyfriend after this sea of red flags. This was read at AITA. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe and click the video on screen to see more.